True, authentic spirituality is a desire for God Himself. Not for what He does for us, not what He can bring to us and offer us, but for God Himself, and God alone. Now, it takes strength, it takes courage to face the pain of this reality. There is a certain desolation when we are willing to admit to ourselves that our lives are full of pain, that our lives simply aren't as we want them, even at best. And in the face of this reality, it takes great courage to be able to turn to God, not in any attempt to escape the pain and often the discomfort of our lives, not to simply escape it or even to overcome it, seeking God simply to overcome the pain of our life. But in the midst of our suffering, to want God more than anything else, even more than an end to our pain and suffering. As Metropolitan Anthony said, to be Christian is to love with the joy and anguish that we see in Christ. In an infantile state, we experience every pain as something that we assume we must escape from, something we hope and expect God to take away from us. Remove this cup from me. But the reality of true Christian discipleship is to enter Calvary. As Christ said, not my will, but your will be done. It is with Christ to be abandoned, to be wounded, to be rejected, to be mocked. And we do so with the promise of resurrection, the resurrection of faith in Christ's victory. But we are not the ones who set the timetable for this victory in our lives, the experience of this victory in our lives. We can't impatiently insist when our crucifixion will come to an end, simply because we long for the joy, the victory of resurrection. In fact,